Reading versus Bolton Wanderers, the Ensley League playoff final, May 1995. And anyone who witnessed this game will never forget it. The atmosphere was electric. And the demand to see the Royals had never been greater. Wembley Way was a sea of blue and white as Reading supporters converged on the National Stadium. A town was transported along the M4. The fans were on their way, and the players, relaxed and ready, were met by thousands. The scene was set for a showdown. Hello and welcome to Wembley, setting for one of the most dramatic matches of the decade. It was certainly a match which captivated the imaginations of Reading fans far and wide. 36,000 of them wearing blue and white were here, and they witnessed a match that will be talked about and debated over in pubs and clubs for many years to come. But what was it like for those involved? Well, in just a moment we'll talk to Michael Gilks and several of the other Reading players involved. But first, let's take a look at the goals which helped Reading finish the season as the division's form team. For Reading, it had been a roller coaster ride to the playoff final. There had been an unexpected and memorable league win at Middlesbrough. There was the winner against Bolton in their league clash at Elm Park. Stuart Lovell's memorable hat-trick against Swindon. There was the winning goal against Charlton in the last minute, which secured Reading's runners-up position in the First Division. And then the tussle with Tranmere in the first leg of the semi-finals. It produced three spectacular Reading goals. And one of the mainstays of the Reading side, and the only Reading player to have played at Wembley before, was Michael Gilks. So Michael, what were your feelings then as you emerged that day from this tunnel here out onto Wembley to face 64,000 fans?
Great excitement and fulfilment collectively for us all, obviously. We came out and the mass blue and white was tremendous for us all, really.
You really did receive a special reception, didn't you, from the Reading public? Yeah,
we did. It was tremendous. As I say, we only get about 10,000 for home games, and to come out here and see our complete allocation fulfilled and no more tickets available, it fulfilled us so much we just couldn't wait to get out on the field and play, really.
So a special day for the supporters. What was going on behind the scenes? What were the players saying to each other? Were you nervous? Were you confident?
Yeah, I'm sure we were all nervous in one way or another, but confident without being overconfident. We were very looking forward to the game and definitely not looking to let anybody down, really.
OK, well, Michael, let's take a look back now at the first half of what really did become an epic encounter and revel in the way Reading got to grips with Bolton. Your commentators, David Pleat and Brian Moore.
An afternoon certainly when winner takes all, and for the loser there's precious little left. Look out, Man United, they're saying, the Reading fans there. Well, the prize is an enormous one, arguably, I suppose, in terms of the money it generates. You could say it's Wembley's most important game of the season. It's worth millions of pounds to the winners with entry to the Premiership. It's a real day out for the family. You get that impression, and now it's the turn of Reading. Captain Adrian Williams, tall goalkeeper, 6'6", Shaka Hislop. The Pole, Darius Stovcik, who speaks excellent English. Andy Bernal, Michael Gilks. There's a lot to be said for Reading, because throughout this season everybody has been saying that bubble is sure to burst, but it simply hasn't. Lee Nogan, whose goals have been so crucial. And Stuart Lovell too, what a combination they've been. The reserve goalkeeper Simon Shepherd, Jeff Hopkins, the co-manager there, Mick Gooding, alongside Jimmy Quinn in the red. When Mark McGee left for Leicester in December, they just didn't know where they were going, but these two guys have kept them firmly on the road with the foundations laid by Mark McGee. Well, it's been a long season, and it comes to a critical end for these two clubs here this afternoon as we take first a check on the sides. The Bolton side hit by injuries at this crucial time without Pallison, Snakers and Lee. But with Alan Stubbs, he's proved his fitness, returns to the defence, the captain, a real key figure there. Jason McAteer, so important in the midfield for them, where Neil MacDonald now comes into the side, Owen Coyle and the top scorer John McGinley, 22 this season, are up front. Meantime, as we look at Reading, they've been in great form this season, particularly in these last weeks when the pressure's really been on. They're unchanged for the 6th successive time, 3 centre-backs. There was a late fitness scare over Keith McPherson. Andy Bernal and Michael Gilks are what are termed as wing-backs these days. Simon Osborne and Mick Gooding have important roles in the midfield. And of course it's the goals of Lee Nogan and Stuart Lovell that have brought Reading here. Jimmy Quinn, the co-manager, is also, of course, one of the Reading substitutes. And it's Bolton who get us away. In the white shirts, black shorts, attacking the goal to our right. McAteer quickly there. Jimmy Phillips on the far side. Bolton at the moment playing their 57th game of the season. Reading's 53rd. They've slogged through the heat, through the cold, through the mud and through the frost. A lot of it. And now, after 10 months of effort, and a few bumps like that for Andy Bernal, this is when they really have to show their freshest and their brightest form. Bernal, the right back for Reading, flicked on there by Taylor. Stubbs getting an early touch and inviting. Well, that looked to me, indeed. Stubbs turned it back to Brannigan. That was a mistake, and Brannigan shouldn't have picked it up. He could have cleared it with his feet, but couldn't pick it up. And in the opening minute, we have what could be a crucial moment. A free kick for Reading, what, 7 yards out, which means that Bolton wall must be right back on the line. Error of judgment there, David Pleat.
Yes, it was an error. I mean, it came from a long free kick, and strangely enough, they didn't send any big players up from the back, did Reading. But the Bolton really nerves, I think, taken over there. It's an indirect free kick. Osborne and Lovell behind it. Dovcek also looks as though he might fancy a little crack at it. But it's cannons off the Bolton wall, and the scare that Bolton created for themselves has gone. Lovell chasing, and they get a corner. Good bright start by Reading. There's another ball by Osborne there. Stubbs just managed to get hold of before the byline. Simon Osborne, formerly with Crystal Palace, with the corner now for Reading. Williams has come up late, but it went past him. Gooding knocking it in, but there's a free kick to Bolton. Green. Knocking it back to Gudny Bergson. Spurs fans will remember him, of course, from Iceland as well. Signed for Bolton just allowed on the deadline day. Catalainen the Finn. And away come Reading again, really hustling. That was Scott Taylor, but the ball through to Keith Brannigan. Here's Scott Green. Blue and white balloons on the pitch as well, confusing everybody. McAteer could really orchestrate things through that midfield. McGinley stabbing it forward. McAteer again. Catalainen's waiting in the middle. Good challenge by Osborne.
A lot of vision about Simon Osborne, but also, you'll notice through the afternoon, he does the simple things very effectively as well. Here's McAteer again, crossing against towards Patalainen. McPherson getting a hip to it, but didn't get a lot of ground on that one. McAteer knocking it in low this time. McPherson getting to that one. And a good challenge by Scott Taylor. And an excellent pass as well for Stuart Lovell. Played for Bernal. He loves coming forwards. Played a nice ball in here to Lee Nogan. Nogan's done well. He's done really well. He scored a super goal. A wonderful goal for Reading. That was an amazing piece of finishing. The coolness. It looked as though there were 2 or 3 moments when he might have shot, but he kept his head and he found an even better opening and finished in the most superb style for Reading. 1-0.
It was a wonderful move right from the beginning, but look at the confidence of Nogan there to twist and turn. It was Stubbs that he beat initially, then Scott Green came to him and he placed it in the corner. He didn't power it, he knew exactly what he was doing. Left foot, marvellous start.
That's his 21st goal of the season as well. He came for for £250,000 from Watford. Let's have a look at this first, though. No foul there on Catalainen. Referee turned away. Talking about Lee Nogan, though, he came from Watford. He's a Welshman born in Cardiff. And he came from Watford for £250,000 in January. Since then, 12 goals now in 21 starts that have pushed Reading into this position. And that was the finish of a man in supreme form. The other thing about Nogan that you won't have known about, because it was a very closely guarded secret, that he actually tweaked the calf muscle in training on Friday, and they were desperately worried on Saturday about whether he'd be fit. Well, he's fit, and he's made his point. Not least to the chairman, John Majeski, there. A smile of satisfaction there from the Reading chairman. Brink is on again for McAteer. Dovcek, excellently timed tackle. Nicks the ball inside to Gooding. Gooding is fouled by McAteer.
It's nice to see the way Reading knocked the ball about, even from deep positions. Dovcek never gives the ball away with silly long passes. He always looks to work the ball to a colleague. And there was an occasion where they played it a little bit tight, but they were in control and they got fouled, and so they get the free kick. They've got the benefit of it.
Hislock hitting it long, very long. Nogan with a header. Lovell coming in. Gooding battling away. Another free kick, right on the edge of the box. Gooding is claiming it was right inside, right in the corner there, inside the box, but I think that's a little optimistic.
We've certainly had a few minutes of nerves by Bolton. Mistimed tackles, they're conceding free kicks. There's the back pass in the first minute.
Osborne playing it in. Well, it's another goal. And this time it's the centre-back, Williams. Oh, Bolton were absolutely fast asleep. Can you believe that, David?
Well, just no one picked him up at all. He just slipped through, unchallenged. It was a lovely, deft little touch. But, I mean, you see him run from behind there. It looks as though almost the 4 players there haven't decided who marks whom. It's straightforward. It's a little touch into the near post area, and they're static at the moment. Stubbs and Bergson have got to sort things out. They look stayed. They look tired. They don't look alive.
Osborne. It's only his third goal of the season for Adrian Williams. Keeper's ball. "12 minutes gone. Who could have believed that Reading would be 2 up at this point?" McPherson's header. Here's Nogan. Bernal. Osborne. Again, getting there. Now what Bolton have got to do, they've somehow got to resurrect the form they showed here, even in defeat against Liverpool. And they've not shown a glimmer of that so
Well, he's had his front players disturbed. He's got goal scorers. He's got plenty of those as Bruce Rioch. He's got Thompson, McGinley, Coyle, Patalan. They can all score, but I'm not sure if they've got the balance right. They're going to miss David Lee, that is for sure. And sometimes when they missed him earlier in the season, they were able to play the Dutchman Richard Sneakers. But today, it looks rather foreign. Whoever they play wide right isn't a natural wide right player.
McGinley's doing his best, but Jilks had the pace. Comes to McAteer. Crossed in deep there towards Patalainen. That was a good header. And Shaka Hislop flinging himself across the goal. He was only a foot or so wide with it.
I think the good thing that Bolton there will be pleased with, that McAteer getting forward. He's got to try and get forward on this side. It was a good header. It was downwards. Hislop spread. Good contact.
He's a super character, Shaka Hislop. 26 years old. And there have been quite a few Premiership scouts looking his way. Patalainen losing out. Osborne, who has done just about everything right so far for Reading. He really has played well so far, Osborne. So important to them, David.
Yeah, he's got these nice little outside of the foot touches. He's a good worker. He's a good recovery runner when he loses the ball. He knows his defensive responsibilities, and I have to say it's been a very shrewd signing. And one incidentally, of course, by Mark McGee. We shouldn't forget or neglect the work that McGee and Colin Lee and Michael Hickman did here with this group of players, because they assembled this group who've been taken on so splendidly by the two managers, Quinn and Gooding.
That's right. Lee Nogan was the only one that's been added to the Mark McGee squad. Oh, here's Jilks. Has he given a penalty? He has. Jilks has gone down. And there's a chance now for Reading to go 3 up. Well, Jimmy Quinn normally takes the penalties, or he did early in the season. I just wonder who is going to take this responsibility. It's going to be Simon Osborne, I think.
There's always a danger when Gilks runs at you. You get a bit nervous because of his pace. And really, it was silly of McAteer because the ball had gone away.
No, it's not Osborne. It's going to be Stuart Lovell.
Well, if he gets this, I think it would be an absolute miracle if Bruce Rioch can recover the poise of his team.
Stuart Lovell with a chance to make it 3-0. It's brilliantly saved. And Lovell can't force it home. A great piece of goalkeeping by Brannigan. And who knows, that might well turn things around. 3-0, as David was saying, would almost be impossible. And now, if Bolton can get back into the game, they would see that that could well be the turning point on a really vital afternoon. Play on, it's Thompson. It's a deflection, it's a corner, and it's Bolton attacking. Excellent work by Brannigan at the other end then, as we now... Oh, is that going to be a lifeline for Bruce Rioch's men? Here comes the corner. Alan Thompson with it. Knocked in there, and just tipped over by Shaka Hislop. Goodney Bergerson with a really good header there for Bolton. And big Shaka Hislop needed his full height just to flick that one away. So nearly 2-1. Oh, my goodness me. Goal kick.
Well, that was almost a glorious couple of minutes for Bolton. Will it revive their spirits? They've started so shakily.
But it's a terrific game of football, David.
Yeah, it's got great chances now, particularly if Bolton can sneak one before half-time. That would really set this game alight.
Thompson hitting it long towards Palalainen. Shot to his lot. Lost it just for a moment.
Very confident, he comes a long way at times, his slot. I mean, there it was a matter of getting almost, you know, under the feet of Adrian Williams.
Oh, here's a chance for Lovell. Oh, just over the top. A mistake by Bolton, and it just isn't Stuart Lovell's day at the moment. The missed penalty and a missed opportunity there, but I mean, to be fair to him, he was onto it so quickly. Stubbs had no idea. That was a little lazy back header for the goalkeeper. He was unaware that Lovell was in behind him. Taylor. It's a really entertaining game, though. Bernal. Osborne. McAteer. To McGinley. Stubbs coming forward. Hit long, but this is the goalkeeper's ball.
Not Stubbs' day so far. That was an inaccurate ball. He's one of the best strikers of all ball in this division. He's got tremendous poise and confidence when in possession. And I mean, he's just made that ghastly mistake. Bergson wasn't really covering him properly, and Lovell came from nowhere to miss that chance, which I have to say, if Reading do get the third, could settle this game.
Dovcek has had an excellent first half. Played here before as Darius Dovcek, the Pole from Legia Warsaw, and then with Celtic. He played twice here for Poland against England. McDonald, hustled by Nogan. So the 45 minutes are up. They're playing time added on. Somebody's lost a boot. Sterling Coyle. Stubbs hit long. Whistle. What a brilliant start it was for Reading. Those two goals in the first 12 minutes, Lee Nogan and Adrian Williams.
So, Michael, it really had been a terrific first half for Reading. Everything had gone virtually according to plan except that penalty miss.
Yeah, everything went to plan. We were very happy with the scoreline coming in at 2-0. The penalty miss was very unfortunate, but we were more than confident with what we had done, and it was basically more of the same second half, really.
It's brilliantly saved. Can't force it home.
What were the player managers saying to the team at half-time?
They were just completely geeing us up. They didn't have too much to say. They were very pleased with how we were playing, as we all were. We were a bit flabbergasted, actually. We'd gone out there and fulfilled our every dream, and we just had to do more of that in the second half, really.
Well, as I said, half-time, we just said to the lads, you know, it's brilliant. We just want more of the same, and, you know, you can nearly taste it, but the game's not over yet. We expect them to come out in the second half, which they duly did.
It was going that well. I was a bit cautious because if ever a game went to plan, it was the first half at Wembley.
Played for Bernal. He loves coming forward to play the nice ball in here to Lee Nogan. Nogan's done well. He's done really well. He scored a super goal.
A sensational goal from Lee Nogan, wasn't it, to start the match?
Yeah, it was a great start for us and for him personally. It was a great goal, and it's how we went on from strength to strength from there, really.
You know, I couldn't believe it when the ball went in the back of the net. Obviously, I was pleased for myself, the lads, and, you know, what a great start for us.
So at half-time, everything really was going Reading's way. The Royals were just 45 minutes from a place in the Premiership. Let's now see what happened in the second half.
Get the second half underway. 45 minutes in which they might well find themselves at the end of it in the company of the likes of Manchester United and Liverpool and Newcastle and Arsenal in the Premiership of the game here in England. Freitas gets his first touch. Played in for McAteer. Thompson playing more or less on the midfield position now as Phillips floats one in. Knocked back again. McAteer tries to go in, was bundled out of the play, and Jilks strokes the ball away and then loses it to Thompson. Here's Green. Such a golden horizon really for Reading, and yet, what, 5 years ago they were so close to extinction when John Majeski, their present chairman, came in and rescued them financially. Phillips, Osborne, flipped on again, Lovell nodded back. Good combination again here by Reading, and it's Simon Osborne. Will he get, oh, he almost guided it in there. Will it come now for Gooding? McAteer's trying to hold him up, and McAteer and Green between them get it away comfortably up to Padalainen. Touched by him to Thompson. Flick now for De Freitas. Coyle's gone through the middle. Still with De Freitas. Hislop nicely behind that one.
I think already we can see the extra dimension that De Freitas has given them. He's prepared to run from centre out wide fast.
Darius Dovchak. Cole making a run out of defence, finding Stuart Lovell. Now Jilks. Stopped quite easily there by Scott Green. Thompson picking up the play, picking out Phillips. Freitas, Thompson combining much better now. Thompson with a little break, and he, well, that is the height of ambition if you're trying to chip Shaka Hislop at 6'6" from something like 30 yards. Taylor into Lovell. Now Stubbs. Throw-in ball that finds Padalainen. Coyle away on his left flank still. Williams, who's had a faultless game at the back. But that wasn't his best clearance by any means. And Padalainen knocking it back for Thompson. There's a buzz about Bolton at the moment, I must say. Phillips. Coyle. Freitas in the middle. Coyle playing it in towards him. And Williams making perhaps his first mistake, watching the ball and totally unaware that Padalainen was coming in behind him.
Sometimes that fasting, swinging ball is so difficult to defend. There you see Coyle play that ball in. Williams is caught looking, and in front of him, oh my word, that's a chance gone begging. That would have given Bolton such a lift.
And Lee Nogan, who's had that calf muscle injury, goes off. Jimmy Quinn, vastly experienced, 35 years old, Northern Ireland international, played with Swindon and Blackburn and Leicester, Bradford City, West Ham and Bournemouth, and now having a glorious autumn of his career, really, as the co-manager at Reading. Jilks. Finley. McAteer played in quickly. That was an excellent ball played in there. It just caught Reading out for a moment, and they were lucky it didn't fall to a Bolton player. But here's Coyle. Good pressure this by Bolton. It came off Bernal for the corner. In fact, Coyle is saying it came off Bernal's arm, but
I think he's done his hamstring. I don't think there's any doubt about that. To Bernal, you saw him. They're going to have to make the second substitution straight away.
Who's a defender in any case.
Yeah, his hamstring's gone. It was similar to Nogan, but Nogan didn't feel the pain as much when Nogan, a few minutes ago, had to leave the field. He also went for a ball and pulled up sharply, but my betting would be that he will take no further part in the game.
Just wonder how they will play, because Hopkins is a central defender. might well put McPherson, when they put McPherson out here, might they? Or is it looks as though Hopkins is coming straight out to Bernal's place at right back, not disturbing those three centre-backs. Thompson. Floated deep towards Patalainen. That's his header. But Jilks with a chance to get it away. Plays it for Dovcek. And then down the line towards Lovell, played in again, and again Bolton get possession. And there is absolutely no respite for this Reading defence at the moment. Dovcek. Long clearance. But that ball will come back again. Brannigan. Just have to wonder whether Reading at the end of this long season, that explosive start, might have run out of steam. Here's Scott Green. Cross in there. Patalainen knocked it down and headed away. That was heading towards the corner. Adrian Williams with a really important deflection there after Patalainen had won it so well in the air. McGinley. And Williams, unsure of what was around him, played the safe way out and conceded another corner.
Well, you can't say Bolton aren't putting in a tremendous effort now. They're really squeezing this Reading defence, but still finding it difficult to make a clear-cut opportunity. There was a header, well blocked by Williams.
Corner floated in, Williams with a header away. Reading man, born and bred, Adrian Williams. McAteer playing it in. Jilks. Put on the far side, but just kept in play by Gooding.
I don't feel that Reading need to play that longer ball yet. They need to just keep the ball a little bit more. If they've got runners up the front to hit the spaces and stretch Bolton, it'd be different, but they haven't.
Cross coming in. It's in there. Kyle. And now we've got that new twist. There's the cross. There's Owen Coyle with a header beyond the dive of Shaka Hislop. And Bolton are right back in this game. It's the linesman's flag and the ball had gone off for the goalkeeper. I was talking to Bruce Rioch actually before the game, and he was saying, I'm not against playoffs, he said, but the thing that I hate about playoffs is that you've played something like, you know, nearly 50 games in the league before you actually get to the playoff. With a smaller league, yeah, it's acceptable if you play something like 35, 36 games and then have a playoff. That I can understand. That's the Coyle goal again. A great sight that for all Bolton fans. But he was saying every club in the land, in every dressing room, there are serious injuries and players that are carrying injuries, and that's a part of the game at the moment. Here's Gooding. Now can Lovell do something here? He's played it in there for Taylor! Oh, that was a great chance and an excellent piece of goalkeeping by Brannigan. And Reading really made their first chance of the second half, and they made it well.
That was a brilliant move. And Taylor could have finished it, and he's been so influential in all Reading's better moments this afternoon.
10 minutes left. Reading leading 2-1. Up towards Patalainen, knocked down by him. Coyle couldn't quite get on the end of this one. Stubbs, the captain, bringing it forward again. Formidable figure. Bit towards Patalainen and McGinley. Coyle trying to get in there again, but Jilks, with that effortless stride of his, getting it away up to Jimmy Quinn. Bergson looking to hold him off, gets it back successfully to Keith Brannigan. Very important stop he made just now from Scott Taylor, and even more important one from the penalty by Stuart Lovell. Oh, De Freitas! There's a chance now for them. It is so close, and it is so nerve-wracking. I think it's
McPherson, I think.
McPherson is down. So that was so near. And at the other end, of course, there was the save by Brannigan after some excellent work.
That was a superb header back
Lovell.
there across.
It was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah, really set Taylor up, Lovell there.
McAteer. Knocked back again, but Catalainen thought that Thompson was a little closer to hand than that. Inside the last 5 minutes. And Reading hold on and go for those golden horizons in the Premiership. Oh, that was a lovely dummy there by Gooding, and he's found Lovell in a lot of space, and Hopkins has gone tearing down the right for him. Lovell, almost got that into a shooting position. And McAteer just held him up. Gooding couldn't get there, and away come Bolton again, led once again by their captain Stubbs. Not gone this time to Thompson. There are plenty up, including De Freitas. It's there! Bolton have saved themselves. With Fabian De Freitas' goal, it's 2-2. They claimed offside, Reading, or they were looking for offside. But he shook off the challenge, beat Hislop, and now we promised you twists and turns we've certainly had.
Well, I have to say he took that really well. There was only inches to shoot in across Hislop's body. A lovely pass by Thompson, well weighted. But it all came about because Reading wasted the ball so badly in an attacking situation.
Bolton Wanderers 2, Reading 2, with about 3 minutes left. Catalainen chasing, but Hislop there. Dovcek hits it long towards Lovell. And Stubbs made a mistake there, and in the end, Reading get a corner. And looking at Lovell there, you just wonder also how he must be feeling with that missed penalty and the chance just after it. Stuart Lovell, that would have killed the game off, and that's saved by Brannigan. In fact, could well have been the turning point. Here comes Reading's corner, though, knocked away by Bergson, but straight back to the Reading player. Crossed in again, and a good save by Brannigan, that time from Williams.
But at least now Reading will come out and play. I felt that that period of time they were their own worst enemies. They started just whacking it instead of keeping possession and working up the field as a group. They sat too deep, they invited problems, and they got problems.
McGinley now on the far side. Catalainen's in the middle. De Freitas is in there too, but so too was Williams. Gooding going for this one. Thompson tidies up. Stubbs. Free kick to Bolton Wanderers. The foul on Catalainen by Dovcek. Played nearly 2 minutes of time added on. Stubbs and Thompson behind this one. Thompson's drive! My goodness, I thought that was going banging into the corner there.
Well, they've got a couple with rocket feet. They've got Thompson and Stubbs who fancies his chances with right footers. That's it.
That's 90 minutes up. We go into extra time.
So 2-2 at the end of normal time. Michael Gilks, you were just 4 minutes from a place in the Premiership.
Yeah, we were, but full time had ended and we had extra time to deal with, and obviously Bolton had taken the initiative now, and all we could do was go out there in extra time and try our best, really.
Did the players think that the tie had slipped away from Reading?
I wouldn't say slipped away, but we had lost the initiative, as I said before, and it was going to be difficult for us. We'd used all our substitutes, and players were carrying injuries, etc., and it was going to be very difficult for us from then on.
And how were the player managers trying to inspire you then into another 30 minutes of action?
They'd inspired us very well for 90 minutes and throughout the season, and they continued to do that in extra time. And as I say, we went out there and tried our best, and we couldn't do any more, really.
Some of the players were in tears, and it was a case of, you know, for Christ's sake, come on, we've got 30 minutes, you know, to get a goal. You know, we haven't lost the game yet. You know, they've come back. We've got to play another half an hour. Come on. You know, let's pick ourselves up. The game's not lost yet, you know.
The drama was still unfolding. Let's see what happened during extra time.
Well, it's Reading who'll get this first period of extra time underway, and away we go. Osborne making the little break. Phillips to Stubbs. Forward now to Patalainen. Thompson. Phillips. Lainen again. Coyle. No foul. Quinn can bring it away. Osborne. Hopkins deflected a little bit. Taylor. Well, the Reading fans were urging him to shoot, but it just wasn't the opening. Hopkins playing it in. McAteer. And now McGinley. Here's Stubbs again. Hasn't quite been the commanding figure today, has he, Alan Stubbs? Here's Taylor. Oh, he's got a position here to shoot, and Brannigan once again pulls out an excellent save.
That was a fine stop. You always feel that when Scott Taylor gets forward, he can go past people, and if he gets anywhere near that box, there's danger for Bolton.
Reading have started to play as they did in the first half now. Playing it around a little bit, much more positive than they were once Nogan went off, and they looked there just to defend. Here's a nice passing movement, but Taylor losing it, and Green finding McKinley, back to Green again, and now McAteer.
Patalainen's gone through the middle, De Freitas is in there too. Oh, just wide of the goal from Fabian De Freitas.
That would have been a terrific goal. He got across the face there of McPherson so well to meet that early ball by McAteer. Just watch the way he stopped and then went quickly. Just got half a yard, and that was good striking.
Coming towards the last seconds of the first period of extra time now, with the score still at 2-2. Jimmy Quinn knocked on again for Scott Taylor. McGinley, McAteer, Patalainen. This looks good. Thompson, McAteer. Oh, he's done well here. He's gone past Dovcek, still with Jason McAteer. A long, long run, and then a little back heel for Coyle to knock it in towards McGinley. Patalainen's in there too. Patalainen with the goal that puts Bolton ahead at the end of the first period of extra time. And from 2 goals down in 12 minutes, Bolton now find themselves 3-2 ahead. Great run by McAteer, a terrific run. Crafty little back heel, played in nicely by the fullback Phillips, and finally finished off there by Mixu Patalainen.
Well, I think McAteer on that run showed all the ability and class which is supposedly sent the Premiership clubs to Burnham Park to watch him. It was a marvellous run, a little bit of clever skill at the end of it, and then a terrific cross and a double header.
Lovell with the shots. It's a fantastic comeback, you know, isn't it?
Absolutely tremendous.
After 12 minutes, they look down and out. And this is the run by McAteer. Great piece of play. And then the back heel at the end of it. And a great cross by Phillips. And then McKinley just knocks it back across the goal. And there's Patalainen. His 15th goal of the season. And that's the end of the first period of extra time. Now let's see, 15 minutes left. Stopped by Hopkins. Taylor. Osborne. Jimmy Quinn on the far side.
There's no better volleyer than Jimmy Quinn. Both feet. I mean, that was a perfect ball. He knew he didn't quite have the angle to shoot. He pulls away so brilliantly. Terrific, terrific ball. Almost an invitation to score.
And Gooding was only a matter of a yard or two away from a formal tap-in. Jukes does well. Gooding.
Towards Jimmy Quinn. This is interesting. And Quinn thought that should have been a penalty. Bergson goes to him. There's some headbutting going on there, or apparently some headbutting going on there, and that's very unpleasant indeed. Quinn clearly felt that he should have had a penalty. I'm not sure that he should. But he and Bergson then confronted each other.
Well, it all started with Jimmy he pulled away once again brilliantly down the middle. He tried to take a cushion header. And at that second, if he could have just lofted the ball, he would have beaten Brannigan. Brannigan had come to eight yards out of his goal, and he just needed a touch over his head. And Jimmy Quinn tried to cushion it down.
Carolina. Jukes, who can hardly move as well. Taylor, who's done plenty of moving all afternoon. Quinn moving out, losing out. Bergson playing it down now for Patalainen. Bolton Wanderers then 2 minutes away from the Premiership as we stand at the moment, having brought about one of the great comebacks of the season. Patalainen.
There's the cross. De Freitas. Now it's safe. Bolton go into the Premiership with that second goal by De Freitas, and their fourth of the game. 4-2, they can't be caught now.
Well, if you look at Brannigan
Brannigan at the other end there knows what that means. What an amazing afternoon of football it's turned out to be. 2 down in 12 minutes and really labouring, and they've come back. And with that goal there by Fabian De Freitas, his second of the game, talk about super sub, that has without doubt pushed Bolton Wanderers back into the Premiership.
Right, that's quite incredible. Recent history would suggest that Bolton are better equipped probably to go into the Premiership, but you have to feel sorry a little bit for Reading, who are absolutely exhausted. They've died on their feet in this extra time. They haven't been able to maintain it. They started so promisingly, and it was Brannigan there who was spread-eagled. Must have been kissing the ground, because when he faced that penalty at 2-0, Brian, we always thought that was curtains.
And it would have been too. There was no way back from 3. Thompson. Let me ask you, David, what sort of Premiership side will Bolton be?
Well, I think it's very difficult to tell, because a lot will depend on how loyal the players are, how much they're prepared to continue the challenge as a group.
There's a chance here. It's a goal by Jimmy Quinn. Reading are back in it at 4-3, but we are now adding time at the end of extra time. The 7th goal of the afternoon. What an astonishing afternoon. Now Bolton know they've only got to keep possession now for the last few seconds. It's back to Brannigan. Bang clear by him. Referee looked at the watch. Can they get it forward once again? Jilks, one last big effort. No, the free kick's given Bolton's way. What an amazing afternoon.
7 goals. Well, I think the Ensley people will be very pleased to be associated with the league this season. I think it's been a tremendous finish for them. They deserve it, really, for supporting these 3 divisions of the Football League, the breeding ground for the Premiership.
Just a few seconds away. Referees had another look at the watch. That's it! Bolton Wanderers go into the Premiership as a result of an absolute extravaganza of football here this afternoon at Wembley. 2 down in 12 minutes, 4-2 up, then 4-3, and Reading, who for so long on this sunlit afternoon looked as though they were heading for the golden horizons, just abject disappointment at the end of a season that has been absolutely brilliant for them. Everybody thought the bubble must burst sometime, but it's burst only at Wembley.
(4-3) the final score. Bolton promoted to the Premiership. How desperate were those moments for the Reading players just after the final whistle?
At the time, very desperate, obviously. We were very disappointed. Felt we'd let a lot of people down, but we gave it our all at the time and we couldn't have done any more, really.
And how did the players go about consoling each other?
That was very difficult for us, individually and collectively. We'd done what we could, but it was very hard to get through that day, that evening, and obviously the next day. Very hard.
Is it an occasion, though, that you now look back on with some pride?
Yes, we have to, obviously. We finished second in the league that year, went on to play at Wembley, and everybody who performed, the squad as well, players who wasn't even playing on the day, done very well and could look up and hold their heads up high and say we've done Reading proud.
Indeed, you only fell at the final hurdle.
Yeah, I'm afraid we did, but maybe there'll be a next time.
Michael Gilks, thanks very much indeed for returning to Wembley with us to relive one of the great days in the history of Reading Football Club. In the end, it wasn't to be Reading's day or Reading's season, but the players and the supporters will have fantastic memories from an occasion when Reading really were on the brink of the Premiership.